Now, I'm here to talk about integrative medicine because I've been involved with therapy, and I'm a complementary medical practitioner, and I've been involved with disorders and diseases and what causes them, mentally, emotionally, and physically. The whole concept of integrative medicine is to look at a human being not as an organism that is a collective of different systems which acts sometimes in response to external environments, but according to medical doctors, typically they are looking at your condition based on symptomology. That means, what is your problem and what might have caused it, and how quickly can I fix it up? Because I'm not interested in your health, I'm only interested in how to fix the symptom or your problem. Because clearly we don't go to a doctor when we're feeling good. We go when we think or feel something is wrong. Now, integrative medicine has adopted an attitude of looking at your lifestyle, your behavior patterns, your daily modes of operating. They don't look only at symptomology and conditions. What is your relationship with your family, with money, with work? What is your attitude to life? Do you exercise? How many times? What do you eat? How do you sleep? So many factors are brought into the overall perspective of the person. We call them clients, not patients. At the Orassy clinic that I have, which is a registered medical clinic, I have a medical doctor who works with us. Her specialty is mental health. We have a live blood analyst who also, the specialty is nutrition. Then we have a complex of devices called, I call Integrated Computerized Information Platform. Its purpose is to try to connect allopathy, CAM, wisdom traditions with science. Because all allopathy is in one way or another based on science, whether it is through medicine or technology, and all complementary medicine is based on wisdom traditions. It means traditions that are hundreds or thousands of years old, pre-modern science, whether it is from China, which is influenced by Taoism in traditional Chinese medicine. Actually, it is called classical Chinese medicine, because traditional Chinese medicine of today is from Chairman Mao's period, where most of the classical philosophy has been taken out. Or Ayurveda, or Tibetan, which is based on a mix of all. But they are generally called wisdom traditions. And what I have looked at is that this, which is based on science, this, which is based on wisdom traditions, these two don't speak very well. Their language is very different. They don't understand each other too well. So by creating some kind of interface, which is a computerized interface, a platform, it gives us an opportunity to begin to see the many aspects of the human entity. The wonder of science. Doesn't want to go away. Science does not want to go away. It's dual. It needs to go on. Maybe if I'm fast enough. Oh, that's good. One button, one command, the major command button. Okay. So the key to all of this is about understanding this one? No, that one? Yes. the human, earth and cosmic interface. That means we have something we're living on. We're aware of it, we feel it, we see it, we breathe its gases, we eat its food, and we feel the impact on our body. That's us here. We're the humans, by the way. And then we are aware of something outside of us, which is beyond the limits of the planet. And there are effects from there in terms of waves that are coming to the planet, and it's impacting the way in which the planet is actually functioning. Functioning as a living organism, not just a collection of matter that by some accident somehow is going through its own cycles of expansion and contraction. In all wisdom traditions, according to its language, they talk about an interface between the micro, meso, which means in between, and macro. This means small, in between, and large. This is related to this existence that we have on the planet. That means we are the micro organism, the microcosmic. This is the meso organism, and this is the macro. This is a very collective, typical perspective of all wisdom traditions. And this was, of course, I didn't sketch it as nicely as Da Vinci did, but this is the purpose of the Vitruvian Man. This is the earth. This is the human. And this is what he called the universal. And there is a link between the three in proportions, specific proportions, which we see as part of a harmonic which exists as a pattern throughout all of our external environment. And this is known as the Fibonacci connection.
Мы знаем это как связь Фибоначчи.
Okay, it's a proportion, it's a ratio, and it helps us to understand one aspect of size or a sequence to another. And it repeats itself in plants, in animals, within ourselves, and between the micro, meso, and the macro. What do you think connects these three? What is the common factor between these three?
Так, как вы думаете, что же является общим фактором между этими тремя уровнями?
Наша любовь.
Our curiosity.
Maybe. Vladimir has been speaking about something.
Владимир Леонидович говорил нам о чем.
This here is made 70% of this one thing by volume and 99% molecularly, correct? That's us. Whether we think it, understand it, or believe it, it is fact. Correct? Okay. And we found that this here has a lot of that stuff as well. And we've also found, according to what I have read, and Vladimir agrees, we found the same stuff out here. So, we have been told, it is said, water is the third most abundant element. The whole point about that is the way, and that's what we're looking at here. How is everything interconnected? We hear the term regularly. It's more important to understand in what way. And that is my major objective with what I call integrative medicine. Because the objective isn't illness and how to heal or cure it, but it is how we get ill in the first place. And that's where we get to this concept of inability to adapt. Why? This is the key question. From
описание того, что происходит самое выявлено.
Некоторые воспринимают визуально.
А?
Некоторые визуально воспринимают.
Так вам есть видно? Что мы уже боимся? Ой, что-то много.
The Chinese talk about a relationship between kidneys, the genitals, the intestine, spleen, the heart,
Ну что есть?
here the thyroid, and then the epiphysis, hypophysis. And these, they are all connected through the nervous system, through hormones, and through the blood as well. So this is a complex, all six that fire, starting here, going to here, then to the intestines, then to the thymus, then to the thyroid, and then finally here, to affecting the brain. And this complex is very significant in understanding the way in which we're interconnected internally, from an organ system, systemic mode, through the nervous system and also the hormonal system, the psycho, neuro, endo, immunological connection. The significance of the interconnection between these four has become more recently understood and is being researched further. What's important is this has been known for at least 2,500 years in traditional systems. Just they didn't have the same words. They used different terminology because they have a different model, as Vladimir is talking about. Everyone starts with a model. And here I'm looking at connecting classical wisdom tradition models with a modern scientific model to help us build a bridge between what has been existing for thousands of years and where we are today. One second. There's one other thing. What Vladimir talked about connects all of these indirectly. This here is also connected to these two from in the body through another existing system, which is not spoken about very much in terms of its significance in the interconnectivity. And this is called fascia.
Фасция.
Who knows what fascia is made of?
Кто знает,
More important, what is fascia?
что такое фасция и из чего она сделана?
Раз это я.
You don't count.
Вас не считаем.
Yes.
Can I answer?
Yes.
Okay, so fascia connects of the microtubes like fiber.
Fascia is a tissue.
Yes, it's
Fascia is
connective tissue.
It is a connective tissue. Correct. And it covers and separates into compartments many parts of the body, muscles, organs, and its main function is to interconnect. But why or how does that happen?
Фасция – это соединительная ткань, которая обволакивает
Никакого
все.
отношения к соединительной ткани не имеющей, это просто мышечное покрытие оболочки.
Это оболочка, которая покрывает все органы, мышцы и является промежуточным звеном между всеми этими системами.
Так что будем занимать фасцию.
Обычно промежуточные звенья соединительными называют.
The reason is because it's what it's made of.
И вопрос о том, из чего она сделана.
Collagen, this means give birth, this means to connect or to glue. That which creates interconnection because of the material it's made of. Perhaps this is known, perhaps not. It's a polymer. And it is a semiconductor. And it is crystalline. Very similar to the properties of water. And this stuff here is what creates what is known as the body electric. And that's the electricity in the body that can transmit messages between different parts of the body and in the water of the body, not only the nervous system. And this is what has been known and been used for thousands of years in acupuncture. You put needles in specific areas which act like an antenna that can help to balance out the electrical potential in the body. Every single time you move, you're stretching this collagen, which creates a piezoelectric effect that creates the electricity. And that is the potential that is there, that affects cells, and being also affecting the water molecules in the body.
И, по сути, каждая мышца, которая соприкасается с другой мышцей, находясь в вот этой коллагеновой оболочке, создает пьезоэлектричество, то есть небольшой заряд, который постоянно будет восстанавливаться в системе, и таким образом у нас образуется тот самый потенциал, который в том числе влияет на ту воду, о которой говорил Владимир Леонидович.
This is why in every culture that I have studied, in terms of their wisdom tradition, they have three fundamentals. Some kind of meditation, some kind of breathing technique, and some kind of energy movement.
Во всех традициях, которые Константин изучал, так или иначе присутствует несколько основных начал. Это в том или ином виде медитации, это определенные дыхательные упражнения, дыхательные техники, это движение энергии.
And these three get connected to each other through that stuff.
И эти три начала взаимодействуют через коллаген.
And the water, because the electrical potential created by this stuff is passed then through the water and enables this so-called holistic system to become more balanced, searching for more harmony and balance. And adaptation is dependent on the ability of this to not be tight and blocked. Because when it is, it cannot give electrical potentials clearly. And we have then the build-up of blockages of electrical impulses, which as a person I've studied and worked with and still do all the time, body blockages and energy blockages in the organs, in the tissues, and through so-called meridians. The meridians are just where each of the collagen packages, the fascia, meet. So it's basically low resistance, high potential. But here, as Leonid was speaking about before, the importance is that the adaptation is dynamic. It's not static. And for that to happen, we have to clear the mind of confusion and activity of thoughts that are not enabling us to be focused. Have the breathing augment itself. Because most people have a very low and bad breathing patterns, and the energy movement is not the same as in athletics, where we are forcing our body to do what our brain tells us, but we learn how to co-work with our body in harmonic movements. The Greeks called it eurythmia. The Chinese call it Tai Chi. The only reason why I'm telling you this is because it's at the foundation of absolutely every practice that I have met or discovered in any culture. You can change your diet, you can change your thinking and behavior patterns, you can change your clothes, you can do exercises, but unless these three are balanced, you don't work at an optimum level, neither in your metabolic system, nor in your immune system, nor of course then in your nervous system, and finally your overall harmonic interchange of activity in the body. So, thank you.